Hello, hello, hello. Outstanding. Let's rock and roll. Beautiful. Let's do this thing. Sorry, I was making some clippy rolly thingies because I don't like the way these ears kind of get. So I made some little roll clip things like that. Keep everything all straight. And time got away from me, so it is what it is. How the heck is everyone this fantastic Wednesday before the holiday? I'm just really happy because I am officially done working until next week. So that is a plus. Haha, there we go. Nice. A couple new American locks came in. They're very purple. My wife likes that stuff. She's a purple lover. All right, what else did we get this week? Jimmy Long's, second batch of Jimmy Long's came in. I'm pretty jazzed about those. B5s, plus I got some spares in case I ever give any away or anybody needs any. Beautiful. Get out of the way. Let's pick some things. All right, what do we want to pick first? What do we want to pick first? How about my Nemesis? Let's pick the Nemesis because I've been having much better luck this week. This straight. Beautiful. Hey Nola, how the heck is it going? You like those purple locks, Nola? My wife loves her some purple stuff. I actually am waiting for something in the mail, but it is not Locksport related. I started liking this new knife company. I mean, it's not a new company, but it's not really new to me either. But they started doing some really cool stuff. So they came out with this. It's a powder form new steel that has better edge retention than what they've been using. ARSF2 is what this is called. Um, but they released the knife. Looks very similar to this week, and it is uh, CPM S90V, which is a super high edge retention um, powder metallurgy steel from Crucible. So I'm pretty jazzed to get that thing in the mail. It should be here on Saturday, if I am not mistaken. Maybe I'll do that while I'm waiting for Wolfgang to get here. I kind of am curious what's inside these. Maybe I should check what's inside them. Screw it. I'm going to pick something first. Let's picky. Let's stretch the Jimmy Long's legs. Crap. I need my other pick case. Beautiful. I have specific picks that I like to use on this lock. I like using this gem because it's super sturdy. And personally, I don't really care if I um, break it, bend it, destroy it. Um, and then deep Jimmy Longs to hit these. I have some high lift pins up front and some in the back. It's got sucky bitting. So I need to be able to hit those high lifts behind the low lifts. Oh, everybody having a fantastic time. Everybody off for the holiday now. Well, obviously it's Wednesday, so I guess if you're not working the holiday, you would be off for the holiday, huh? Oh, I showed up late, messed up your whole week. Well, that's the breaks because I actually work until 4 p.m. Um, well, I work from 6 until 2:30 on site, and then I leave my work and come home, and then work from 3 until 4 here, just covering um, because sales is still there putting in orders. So I kind of need to be there just in case they need any help quoting anything, routing, stuff like that. But I do that until 4, and you know how things are. Um, they continue jamming stuff down your throat until after 4. It is what it is. How's it going, Mr. Ryan Fitz? Hope everybody's having a great hump day, Wednesday. Getting ready for the holiday, which I'm not even having the holiday tomorrow. My family is having the holiday on Friday. Whatever. At least I don't have to go to work. That's what really matters, right? Oh, this lock, I tell you. I've been having so much trouble with barrels, and I had a lot of luck this week getting it open. Kind of almost feeling like I know what I'm doing. GQ man, how is it going this fantastic Wednesday? Ooh, that was a heavy click. Heavy click. Probably should have started with something that was a little less redonkulous than this one, but oh well. I think Wolfgang is getting his stuff set up right now, and Bumpy will be joining us in about an hour. Yabo was thinking about coming, but he is busy driving to, I want to say, New York right now. He's been killing it lately. He's just come up and joined me as a red belt this week. So if anybody talks to him, tell him congratulations. he did pretty much the same thing that I did. Picked a red belt lock and a black belt lock, and then said, "Can I have my red belt now?" And that's exactly what I did. Picked a red and a black, and used that for black, or used that for red. I actually decided that I've been buying picks for 6 months since I started this channel and getting ready to review them. And I've been kind of holding off, waiting for everybody to release all their stuff. I've been waiting for Covert Instruments to release Apex. I've been waiting for Jimmy Longs to kind of do his V5 thing. Um, and I decided that I am done waiting. I am going to start reviewing, starting with Jimmy Longs this week. I actually took the time, but this is kind of it's my OCD thing. Um, took the time to write up the review so that it's as good as it can be. So I'm pretty pleased with that. I only ever did one review, like really good review before, and that was for Southern Specialties. I did the same thing, wrote up a review thing. I'm done with this lock for now. This can't be the first lock of the day that I pick. Here's something cool. I got a package today. Inside this package was a handwritten note and a couple pieces of goodies. So we got a handwritten note here with a time of 4 minutes and 14 seconds. You are our 47th Blue Whale Lock Sport Challenge finisher. I appreciate your participation, and it has helped keep the challenge alive. So, we got inside the package, we got some Bandito Brandino 07 stickers, and booyah, the Blue Whale Lock Sport Challenge patch with the gold star for finishing in under 10 minutes. So, for anybody who does not know what the Blue Whale Challenge is, you pick one lock each from white belt to blue belt, all in one sitting. And if you can get it done in less than 10 minutes, you get the gold star. And if you finish it, you get the patch. So that is that. And I appreciate him doing something cool like this. I remember hearing about this when I was like a yellow belt. So I remember hearing about it and then not being able to do it, and then forgetting about it since then. Oh, we got Gang is in the house.
Oh, hey, good evening.
How's it
Can
going,
you hear me
brother?
well?
I do hear
Hey,
you
what's up?
fantastically well.
Nice. Yeah, I was just watching the stream or what you were talking about there. So, the Blue Whale Challenge. So, congratulations.
Yep, I'm actually really pleased that it came in. It's a cool little patch, and it was a really fun challenge, actually. Um, I mean, my time was pretty decent. I'm sure I could have got it less if I would have, practiced a time or two before I went to do it. But I had just found that Abus 5540 that I chucked into the woods. Um, I found it,
You did.
and I did find.
Okay,
I
I,
did.
I I told you you will, and you
I
did.
did.
Okay.
I was on break at work the one day, and I was outside just catching a puff, and I saw something shiny, and I'm like, "What is frickin' reflecting light?" in the woods, and I just stepped out in there, and here she is in all its glory from sitting out in the rain for a month.
A
But it was
time
still pickable.
capsule. It was still pickable. Nice.
It was still pickable, so I'll take it. But that challenge actually got me thinking about. Um, I think that's what I'm going to do. I was saying that I'm going to start reviewing the picks that I've been buying on my channel. I've been holding off, waiting for everybody to release all their stuff. Well, I'm done waiting. I'm going to start putting them out, and we'll just catch up with people. Like when Cover Instruments does Apex and stuff, we'll just buy them and add them in. I said that I wrote up my Jimmy Long's review, and I think that's what I'm going to do
You're
whenever
already
I
gonna
do the
stick for
review.
it. Nice.
Yep, do the review of the picks, and then run the Blue Whale Challenge. You know, pick from white to blue with the picks as part of the review.
It was definitely a good idea to field test those picks.
That's it. And then I decided I'm going to use the same locks, and I'm going to do not really unusual locks, but like different ones that I would normally use for picking white to blue. So normally, you know, I would pick a Master Lock number 3, and I would pick, Brinks padlock or like a brass Brinks padlock for yellow, and stuff like that. But I decided I'm going to do this Yale for white because it's an unranked pick. Do this big Brinks commercial for yellow. That's kind of an unusual yellow belt one. Do a 410 for green instead of a Master or an American 1100. I finally got my very first Master Lock 150. We'll use
Oh,
that. Yep, we'll use that for orange, and for blue, I'm gonna use
what type
this.
of bidding do you have on those 150s? I
Let me
remember
pour
when
her
I
out.
got mine, it had such high lifts. I couldn't pick it until I became a green belt.
So
So pretty hard to pick.
there is the bidding for the 150 there. So you have a high lift in number 1, a very, very low in number 2, and then a step up in 3, high lift in 4, and a kind of high lift in 5. So it's not terrible, but an interesting, orange belt. And then for blue, we're going to do this guy. That's the 700. And those will be the 5 locks that I pick with every single one of the sets.
Nice.
Did I mute? Okay. I was making sure that I didn't mute myself. I'm like, wait a second.
No,
I
you
don't hear
didn't, but
anything.
I'll probably have some trouble with the internet on my side. Might have to switch to a different connection real soon.
That's no biggie. Everything will be fine.
Oh, Pocket Woman is saying Happy Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving. So
Oh,
when's the Thanksgiving, by the way?
that is tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
Yes, it is. Except my family is not celebrating tomorrow. We are celebrating on Friday.
Yeah, so there's this EVA DPI that I've been trying to pick. Oh boy, this is one annoying lock to pick. Holy shit. So I have no key for this one. Yagi has just chucked it into my bag of locks, and oh boy, I'm having the worst
Uh,
time with this one.
it's one of those ones that they just kind of chuck in as like a, hey, I wonder how he does with this one.
Yeah, yeah, kind of is.
Ah,
I think he got it like a couple of snowman. What are those called? The snowman padlocks, and
okay.
some of them had these cores, and he decided to send me some. But oh boy, uh, he told me he picked his in 2.5 minutes, and I just
Ooh,
can't get anywhere with these. The problem is that once you start lifting the spool, it oversets. No matter
okay.
how I try to set it. Maybe it requires me to pick it from a different angle. I've been trying to shove in the different profiles, see if I can, I don't know, rock the pin differently. But it's getting me nowhere. The worst part are definitely the back pins, number 5 and 6. They just don't give me any feedback.
Well, all you can do is keep going at it and eventually try and
Uh,
figure out what the heck's going on in there.
Definitely. But yeah,
Evas are not.
you had some success from what I read the other day on Discord.
I did have some success with barrels, and I need to warm up because I was not feeling anything right when I just sat down. So I think that I need to like kind of meditate for a minute, get zen before I go digging into something like that.
Definitely. In my opinion,
Funny,
these are the type of blocks you cannot really pick on a live stream because you need to concentrate so much.
you
And
kind of do.
also,
You can't talk. You can't like be messing around and BSing with people and you just can't.
exactly.
You said you were messing with an Eva. I have one Eva. It is this. It's got a
Oh,
crazy squiggly keyway.
yeah. Is this one of those blue belt ones?
I don't know what belt it is, but it has sliders inside.
Ooh, yeah. It's similar to what I have. Probably the DPS.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it. I did mess with it. I think I may try and pick it here after I run through these. I'm gonna do the blue belt challenge right now, just as kind of like a warm up. I don't like this back part on here, so I take it off
And you have
usually.
no key for it. Let me guess.
I have no key for it. Nope.
Yeah.
I got this whenever I got those dimple picks from Nigby.
Oh yeah.
He sent this in the package with it, and it's.
Yeah.
I mean, they're weird sliders. It almost feels like it. It almost feels like the key would look almost like just a pin tumbler key
Yeah.
because the
Aren't
sliders
there any normal pins inside?
definitely
Uh,
not.
okay, that's interesting.
Basically, what they look like is they look like bars that go straight across the keyway, directly across, and you just go underneath the bar and lift it up, and that's where they set. They go move up and down because I see daylight over top of them and below them.
Hmm.
Yep, it's very, very weird. I wonder if
Okay,
they move side to side at all.
that one must be a different log than I was thinking of.
I They do not move side to side at all either. They literally just move up and down. You see how many's in there. 'Cause I can see real good inside looking in the back. Okay, so There is. Let's see if I can see in the calculator. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's 6. And I'm telling you, they look. It's really weird looking because you can see daylight on top of and below. That's just weird. I want to try and pick this thing open because I want to see what's inside of it. See if we can not brick this thing. Because that's the thing. I have no idea how to gut a slider lock because I've never done it before.
It's lots of the tiny springs that you shouldn't, you know,
Maybe I
lose.
shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't mess with it because I did gut for the very first time this week. Where is that lock that I just gutted this week? Is it inside here? Yep, that's exactly. It's this one. I just picked and gutted this for the very first time. It is a
A GG? Is that
GABA, maybe?
GABA?
Or
Okay.
GEBA, GEBA.
Okay.
But it's some kind of, half euro lock. But it's the very first time that I ever needed to use a pinning shoe in order to gut a lock.
Oh yeah, with these types, yeah, these are those half cylinders. Yep. You
Yep. So
definitely
what I
need.
did was I picked it and I turned it to the keyway was 180 degrees. That way I could slide the pinning shoe in and slide out the core. By depressing this pin here, you can pull the core out.
Exactly.
And then once you got the core out, you can take a follower, put it in from the front. That way you can take out the shoe. And then I fed in um, like a segmented follower from the back till the follower was out.
Okay. Okay.
And
So
then
you
I was able,
didn't
then I
use
was able to
a.
gut it.
Okay, so you didn't use a front loader.
No, I
That's
don't own that. The only thing that I own for gutting Euro stuff is the Huck
yeah.
set. So I had to do it the way I did it because this is all I really had. So I have the follower with the slot on the bottom for the shoe. If I can get this thing out of here, there's a little slot on the bottom of the follower for the shoe, and it came with the shoe. And then it also came with the segmented follower.
Yep. I own one of those. It's very,
Yep.
very
So
handy.
once I was able to figure it out, like, because it's like, what order do I do this in? Because this is really weird. You got to put the shoe in, then put the follower in, then put the segmented follower from the back, and then you can gut it like normal from the front. Pull your pins out. But in order to, put everything back in the lock, you're like loading from the back to the front, but you're using the segmented follower. You're putting in the one short piece and putting in the first pin, then putting in the second pin. Then you got to grab another segment, put it in from the back, put in your third pin, and then eventually
Yeah,
you have all three
absolutely.
segments in. But you just got to push it back out again to get a full size follower. And it just seems like a lot of screwing around.
Yeah, definitely get a front loader. Those can be also 3D pre-printed. So I'm not sure if you used one. Let me check
I
if
do
I
not.
have.
I do not own a 3D printer,
Maybe you
but
can
I'm sure I
order
can.
one from Delta, maybe 44 Delta. So this is what I printed, and these are available freely. At least the STL file. This is what a front loader looks like. So you put it in from the front. It's pretty
Yeah. one of those things, and it has like a spiral groove in it.
Yeah, exactly. Here in the back. I'm not sure if it's definitely not visible because of the color, but there's a spiral that you're talking about. Yeah, over here in the back. And here's the part which connects to the pinning shoe. This helps you hold down the pins. It's a simple little thing, but definitely spares you some time. Instead of using the segmented followers, you could just turn this and position the spirals so you can pop out each pin one at a time.
Yeah, it seems like it's a good idea to get one. I'm sure that I'm going to have to use it again. I've never needed to before because how often am I gutting a full Euro cylinder? Because once they're cut in half, they're really easy to gut. You know what I mean? And that's what most of mine are only half cylinders.
Yeah,
But if you're going to gut a full Euro with both sides still on it, or one like this that has the front side and then a backstop, you have no choice but to either use a segmented follower or one of those front loaders like you have.
exactly.
There we go. This should work. I don't like that either. How the hell am I supposed to tension this stupid thing? That might work. I can't get any kind of tensioner in the top squiggle of that keyway. That'll work.
It's unbelievable with this lock. So every time I'm trying to pick number 3 or number 4, it just locks back up and drops all the pins.
Okay.
Also, every time you try to pick one of those pins in the back, it drops number 1 and number 2. Number 1 and number 2 are standard pins. They give you a nice false set. There's also a deeper false set that I managed to get once or twice. And at that point, all you have to do is just pick one last pin, but I couldn't find it.
Mm.
It's a nasty little lock. I'm thinking that the warding in these locks might be a little bit too narrow. So I'm trying to pick it with a 0.4 millimeter wide pick instead of the 0.5. See if it works better.
Not a bad idea. I'm telling you, I've been picking with pretty much Jimmy's exclusively all week, and boy, do I love these freaking picks. I'm telling you what, I love Moki's, but oh man, Jimmy's just there's just something about him.
Yeah, I gotta try them.
Oh, I can't wait for you to get them because they are so freaking good. They're comfortable,
Oh, waiting
and
for
I
him
don't
to
know.
drop. Yeah, go ahead.
They are just so freaking strong. I mean, you can just pick and not have to worry about bending them. Like these ones here, they're 19 thou, so they're not like thick picks. But I mean, it's just they have extra metal in places that just like that just makes them really sturdy. I mean, the shoulders are built up, plus the the tall wise thickness of the pick is built up. Let me show you the V3 uh, deep hook. And people don't really talk about how he stocks them up to give them extra strength as he moves from like thicker picks to thinner picks. But like here is the Jimmy V3. No, that's not it. This one's it. Jackass. This is the V3 deep hook, and the thickness here on the shaft is like a normal thickness of a pick. But when you go to the Same hook in 19 thousandths. That's this one. Oh, the
Oh,
thickness, tall wise, of the shaft is built up. It's thicker. So it is thinner, thickness wise, but tall wise, it's thicker, giving it extra strength. And then when you move to the 15 thou picks, which are here, they're even taller, tall wise. They're just so well designed. They are an absolute joy to pick with.
we were wondering, well, what kind of locks I can open with those.
I'm telling you, you'll be able to open freaking anything that you can open, you'll be able to open. They're awesome. Whenever I bought the 15 thou picks, I wasn't thinking ahead like I should have. And pro tip for anybody who buys any Jimmy Long's picks, buy a set and a spare. Buy a set and a spare set because you don't ever know when he will discontinue what you're looking for, or go out of stock and be out of stock for 3 or 4 months. It's just a good idea to buy a spare set while you're buying,
Yeah,
which I didn't.
another thing maybe to mention here, when it comes to 50 thou picks. So normally 50 thou picks, this is what I learned from other people who've been picking locks for a long time. They are saying that 0.4 millimeter and 50 thou are basically one of those expandable picks normally, because they break down pretty easily. You can pick fewer locks with those compared to 0.5 millimeter or 0.6 millimeter wide picks. So it's always a good idea to stock up on 0.4 a little bit more than on your
That
other picks.
that is true for sure. But the Jimmy Long's 15 thou picks, I haven't bent one yet.
That's good.
It's
Nice to
nuts.
hear.
I can't believe it. Honestly, I can't believe it. Actually, that's a lie. I did bend one, and it was, I didn't bend it picking. I bent it because I was picking, and my dog jumped up and jumped across the pick and literally bent it at a right angle.
All right, that's
He
something
bent it,
different.
yeah, he bent it at a right angle, and I sat there and I almost cried, and I bent it back as best I could. It's actually this pick right here. I bent it
Oh,
back.
well, nice
You could
job.
tell that it was, yeah, you could tell that it was bent a little bit, but I'm still picking with this thing, and that happened, oh my God, 3 months ago.
Must have been a shock.
I did. It was insane. Like I was just the dog just jumped across, and next thing I know, I looked down. And it was like, you know, I would have been less shocked if he would have broken my finger.
Ouch.
It's exactly. It's that same dog that actually he oh, what the heck were we doing? Oh, I remember what it was. We were laying in bed, me, my wife, and the dog. We had just had a nap, and we had just woken up from the nap, and I think it was like a branch or something. I think it was just a branch fell off the tree above my house and hit the roof, made a loud bang, and he freaked out from the noise and kind of like spun over because he was laying on his back and actually scratched me right above my eye. I needed to go have some stitches.
Damn.
Yeah, that's how surprised I was. Very surprised. Same dog. He's a good dog. Oh boy,
Well,
that's really tight. Wow. So who do we got? Anybody new in the chat? We got Unhinged Lock Picker. How's it going, bro?
Oh, Stu is here.
Oh, Stu, how's it going? Congrats on the Ruco 500. The great Stu Dini freaking float picking. What is going on? The world is upside down right now.
Oh, did he pick some gins?
He did.
No, nicely done.
I know. I can't wait to see him do it. To see, the guy famous for freaking raking over open every lock in sight. To watch him float pick. It's amazing. I can't wait to see it.
Speaking of gins, I just ordered some more camera holders. So I'll probably try and attempt the third time
Ooh,
filming me picking gins.
ooh, I just fell into a false set with this slider lock.
Oh, nice.
Yep, we got something going on. Something's happening.
That's good. Are there sliders on both sides?
I'm, you know what? I'm not even positive that it's sliders because it looks almost like there's a, it looks almost like the key would be a pin tumbler, but there's pins going horizontal across, and you can see above it, and you can see below it, like it's attached
Um,
on both
yeah.
sides.
One thing, just a tip. So some of these EVAs have passive pins on the sides. You shouldn't pick those. If you see them, don't pick them.
Okay.
If there are only like vertical pins and there are some side pins, right? Just pick the vertical ones, the ones that hang from the top.
Yep, there are no pins hanging from the top. There are
Okay.
only those horizontal pin going straight across the keyway that you can see above and below daylight.
Oh, Newhouse is here. Hey, what's up? I just received his stickers, by the way, today in the
Did
mail.
you?
Yeah, there they are. Look at
I don't
that.
think I've ever. I don't think I ever got stickers from New House. I signed up. I don't think I ever got anything though.
All these nice stickers. There we go.
Let's see if we can get this stupid one. Those are lockjaw stickers there, buddy. Those are nice stickers.
Yep.
Come on. Open, open. Hmm. That's a crazy false set. It's like 10 degrees almost.
And yeah, the giveaway prize is still sitting at Luce's house, so we'll have to send it sometime in December. We're just still waiting on Jimmy Longs to drop those 50 towel picks, so I can get those as well with the same package.
It may be Friday. You never know.
I'm
This
really
is this is
hoping.
Black Friday. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure if he's gonna do like a big, massive drop, it's gonna be this Friday, or not. You never know.
Uh, Picked up some of those leashes from Covert Instruments as well. I always
See,
wanted some of those AM5s.
people like leashes, except for me. I don't. I don't. They don't do anything for me.
Uh, just wanted to test them out, and I never used one.
Yeah.
I have many American locks, AM5 locks, so I was looking forward to getting one of those. And the LW5 for Lockwood. And what else was there? Oh, Master, yeah, M1s.
Hmm.
come on.
That's exactly where I'm at. Like, why aren't you open, dirtbag? Come on.
I'm not sure if I should pick the spin. I mean, it creates such a huge turn, counter rotation. I'm really thinking that this might drop all the pins, so probably shouldn't pick it.
Yeah, you
This
never
is
know.
this is the thing with these EVAs, or what they are called. It turns out this is an Austrian company, by the way, EVA.
Really?
Yeah, I
I
never
would not
never
have
knew.
guessed that.
Me neither. I picked
Let's,
some of their standard ones, and the standard ones pick very similarly to this one, only fewer standard pins. The standard pin is always in the back in those, but this comes from a padlock, from a snowman padlock, and this one has standards in the front, and the spools
there
are
it
in
is.
the back. So 6 pins in total.
There it is.
And what I learned that you get two false sets. You get one tiny one, which allows you to pick another spool somewhere, a high lift one, which then gives you another false set, which is deeper, and that one allows you to pick the rest of the pins.
Okay, we found it. I was looking for the prototype
Oh, there we
Jimmy
go.
Long's pick.
Oh, you already
I
got
wanted to
it.
try it
Nice.
out. I do.
Looks like from afar it looks like one of those Moki
Yeah, it does look like
picks.
very similar to a Moki. This looks like maybe a medium round or a short round. Let me check it next to the short round.
All around look nice.
Yep, that's definitely a short round. And it's the same size, handle wise.
Yeah, it has the hole somewhere else.
Yep,
Okay, it has 3 holes. Uh-huh. This one requires a different handle than 3D printed handle.
yep. There's somebody on Reddit who uh, modified Jimmy's file because Jimmy posted a file where you can print out a handle for it. But the guy, it's like a snap-on handle that you just put together and snap it together. He put one that has holes through it for you to put a couple bolts through. Yeah, my wife may have been a little mad at me. I may have ordered 2 spare sets for myself. I don't want to ever have to buy Jimmy's again or have to stand in line for Jimmy's again. I want to be able to, not have to buy them again until he's like in full swing. He's like, didn't you just get lockpicks? I'm like, I did, but these are my backups now. So, because if I would bend a Jimmy Longs and like not have like a short hook or a medium flat or something, it would kill me. My OCD would just not allow it to happen.
Oh boy, getting nowhere with this lock. Well,
Yeah. Um, no, that would definitely not work. Ah! Tensioner
Actually,
flew out.
oh, I'll try and share my screen maybe in a second.
I could
Show
do
you.
that. If you were going to share, I can make you full screen.
Yeah, just a sec. Let me just go back. Share screen, and we need window notes. Share, there we go. Should be able to see something.
I saw something come down.
All right, let's check.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. So
It
this
comes
is
up
the
as a
one that
secondary
I'm.
screen.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, nice. This is the one I'm trying to pick over here. The EVA DPI keyless number 622 from Yagi-S. As you can see, that there's no key for it, so it's a snowman cylinder. 6 pins. The back number 3 up to number 6 are spools, and number 1 and number 2 are these standard pins. But oh boy, is this so hard to pick. I'm not sure. I mean, looking at this, this should be easy, right?
Yeah, like it doesn't look that bad. It must be tolerances are so
Yep,
good and so tight that it just doesn't.
exactly, exactly. That's my problem here. The tolerances and the warding. Holy crap!
Yeah, it's the same problem I'm having with this Eva because it squiggles back and forth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Goes just back and forth.
This is what I'm getting right now. So a couple of Rucos. This one is a straight pick for barrels. Look at that. You could even rake this one.
Oh yeah.
But I'm getting this one to just practice normal size barrels. So no high lift barrels in this one.
Okay.
Just to see what the differences are, because I'm having real trouble with the ones that require a high lift. So those long barrels, those are really problematic because you need to pick them through the whole what is that called, counter milling, right? So if you
Yeah.
have like 2-3 cuts in the counter milling, like over here, you need to pick all 3.
Okay.
That's kind of hard. So yeah, we'll see how that works out. And then I got another one, a 600, Ruko 600, and this one has 1 high lift over here.
It was actually a really good idea for you to get um, locks with barrels that have a normal bitting because that kind of eliminates that moving part, and I think it'll be easier for you to learn. And then you go and do the one with the extreme bitting.
Exactly. Because if you
Yeah,
look
that's
at
really smart.
these are pretty simple compared to those. And look at that. This is the one that I got at the start. So these are the ones that I'm
Ooh,
struggling with. Was this 434, right? High lifts in the back. Number 5, number 3, really high lifts. This is the one that I progressively pinned up. And I couldn't get an open on your stream. I managed to open it a couple of times while I was offline, but never in a stream. And then
yeah.
we have this, the a second, which one was it? The 424, yeah, there it is. That's the one that I also tried to open offline. So this one I almost got open the other day, but I accidentally closed it up again.
Oh man.
Yeah, barrels. But this one only has this. Wait a second, 1, 2. Yeah, 2 high lifts in this one. There we go. And look at this, what I'm getting. I can go down. Oh yeah, this Miller's, and I'll have to check out what this one's about. This one has those double barrels, not double barrels, but double spools. the Miller's Danish format lock.
We got lock cracking in the house. How about that? How's it
Dorma.
going, Mr. Kraken?
And there we go. Yeah, this Boda that I'm getting, also a Scandinavian oval.
Is that a 7-pinner?
Yeah. This one is a 5-pinner. The Boda. And then we have this one. This is the one that we discussed, the Medico bi-level. And this is the standard security version of the Medico in a Scandinavian oval format. Look at that.
Guess what? I was looking at my computer screen that shows what you showed me 15 seconds ago. I've been looking at the wrong stuff.
Oh.
You idiot.
Okay.
That's what I get. That's why I'm like, that's for sure 7 pins in that lock I'm looking at, because it was the one that you had on the screen 15 seconds before.
Oh yeah, then this one you mean, the Boda.
Yeah.
There it is. And wait a second. This is the bi-level, and he also has a high security one, which I'll hopefully get as well. And these have grubbed housing, so there's grubbing on the top.
I'll tell you, grub screwed Scandi ovals are my absolute favorite things to pick, because you just pick them and just got out the top. You don't have to worry about ever bricking it. You can screw it up and it doesn't matter, because you can always just pull the screws out the top and everything's fine.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing about
yeah,
those Scandi ovals. A lot of times the cores have drill protection, and a lot of times, over the years, people in lock sport having those locks over and over and over again, that drill protection will fall out, and you'll end up with just a hole there that a pin can fall into.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so this is that stuff, and then we have these Ruko Snowmans. So Ruko 2 locks with the Snowman core, and look at that. So these come with gins, so gin spools. This is the one with brass. Another one with brass over here with small lifts. So not that hard to pick, hopefully. And then we have a chromed up version here in the bottom. This is the one of the most expensive ones. 689.
Those are on my list to get one of these days. A Ruko 600 or Ruko 2 padlock with a probably an ASA 600 core inside of it, and I really need to find a nice twin, like a twin 6K with gins. Now there's 3 of them I think for sale right now on eBay, all ginned up, black belt, ASA twins, but none of them have keys, and God, I hate buying locks without keys.
Yeah.
If I'm buying a lock, I really want it to have a key with it. So they're sitting in my basket, but I have refused to buy them. They've been there for probably a week.
Oh, I managed to pick that asshole pin, the one that always drops. Holy crap!
Oh, nice.
And it gave me this deeper false set now. So now we're in business. I managed to do this a couple of times. I'm not sure what is the magic here. What do I need to do to reproduce these results here?
Yeah, that's sometimes the thing, man. What was the secret sauce that just
Exactly.
allowed me to open this up? Sometimes you just don't know right away. Sometimes you do it by mistake 2 or 3 times before you realize, oh, that's what I did.
Yeah. I'm thinking, because this time I'm using a 0.4 millimeter, one of these heavy metal, what are these called? Lawlock tools, a deep hook. And
Okay.
these can get through the warding very, very nicely. And what I learned today is that when I angle this one, I come from the right and I angle it towards the left. I can somehow nudge the pin left and right, and then it will set without oversetting. I think that this might be the secret sauce. I'm just thinking, but we'll see. I have to do this a couple of more times. We'll open this lock and see if my theory is correct.
That's it. That's kind of all you can do. So, oh, there was just another little click and a little core movement. God, I feel like I'm just poking and praying inside this thing. I have no idea what's going on.
Hopefully you'll get it open.
Hmm.
So Eva with sliders are interesting.
But that's the thing. I'm not sure if it's sliders in the sense that it's a slider. I mean, it has the horizontal pin across the center of the keyway, and you push up on it like it's a regular pin tumbler pin. Like there's not sliders on the sides. It literally goes the entire way across the keyway. And I don't know if that's an actual slider or not. I don't know what the heck this is.
Yeah, we'll have
That's
to
why I'm
get it.
trying to get it open. That way I can. That's the thing. I don't need to fully gut it. All I need to do is get this open to where I can pull the core out. And then I think I should be able to, because I'll have the key pins then.
If there are key pins.
Hmm.
Who knows what
If
those
there
are?
are key pins, it's exactly. I'm just thinking to myself, is everything inside this core? Like the springs and everything? I don't know what the hell this thing is. Because this Bible, now that I'm thinking about it, let me see if I can pop this out and hold it up. This Bible, you can see, I mean, it's only partial. So I don't think that there's anything. I don't think there's any pins, springs, anything up inside this Bible area. I think everything is inside the core.
That would be interesting.
I think that's
Oh,
absolutely the case because I can see one of those slider style pins through this top hole here. I think everything is inside. Oh, I got to get this thing open. This is a goofy ass lock, I'll tell you that. Wish there was more people here that knew like some of the weird stuff like Lock Chuck or you know somebody that knows more about like the weird obscure Euro style stuff.
maybe Dig is the Dig around. He knows all about these, that's for sure. Seen
Wait,
an art.
that actually is not a bad idea. Maybe after the stream, maybe I'll just take a picture of it and send it to Dig on Discord.
Mm.
Number 6 feels like, oh, there was some core movement.
I'm just afraid to commit to setting one pin because there are so many overset traps in this one. Come on, set already.
Oh man, I'm hating this lock. It feels so weird inside. I keep sliding in between the horizontal pins and like getting the tip of the pick stuck in between them.
Oh,
That's my bad for not being precise enough on my pick placement. But
okay, we got this deep false set again. And now comes the question, what's next?
Jack Fox might actually not be a bad person to ask about this lock. Yabo, I don't think he would know, or Marson.
Is the lock ranked?
I don't think so. I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen something with horizontal pins across the keyway.
Hmm. Think I
Not
saw
that I
one
remember, anyway.
video from the lock picking lawyer. He was picking one of the EVA, so something similar that I'm picking right now, the EPI. But that one had like sliders on the sides.
Let's take a look here. Let's go LPU Lock Explorer.
Check it.
Let's check it for EVA. EVVA. Pin tumbler, pin tumbler. Not the ICS.
There you go. EVA DPI dual sidebar variant. That's the one that he picked. That
What
one
was it
has
called?
a DPI. There's a DPS as well. Hmm. Yeah, but in his video, I think those are just passive pins. But it does have a sidebar. Holy crap. Okay, this one's weird. I think this one might be your lock.
What's it called?
It's an EVA DPI dual sidebar variant.
There's DPI right there. That squiggly keyway looks freaking familiar.
Did you find it?
Yep. Uh, that might be it.
So at least two sidebars somewhere.
I gotta get this damn thing open to find out, right?
Exactly. Oh man. Okay, let's check. One, good. Two, good. Three, feels good. Let's see, four. F4 is binding, but this is the one that Definitely will get me back to square one. That's for sure. If I try to pick it. Ah, come on. Let's see, number 4 again. Okay, number 5. I think that's binding also.
Hmm. Huh. I think this might actually be that because I can see the drill protection that's in that core in the front. I can see those 2 pins
Okay.
in the picture of the DPI. And then the key looks like a pin tumbler key, actually, now that I'm looking at it. That actually makes sense.
Yeah, and if you
I,
look at the sides, there are like these vertical cuts in the key.
yeah, those are for passive pins, though, right? So I don't
Yeah,
need to
no,
worry about those.
normally yes, but in this case, I'm not sure
I guess we're gonna find out, right?
because it says it has a sidebar there, but I'm not sure if the sidebar is active or passive.
You know what? I'm in. Let's go in there and feel around. I think I got a side pin pick around here somewhere. Right there. Oh.
'Cause, yeah, those are normally used for access control, so you can kind of just stick in any key over there and hope that the lock will open. From what I read, some locksmiths they license one of these passive mechanics, or what these are called. So they all have their own cut in the key, right?
Okay.
Only they are allowed to make new keys. So it's used for access control, from what I understand, for standard ones. But I'm not sure in your case what's really going on.
Hmm. See if we can feel what's going on inside there.
Oh, come on, give me something.
I don't feel anything down here at the bottom.
Hmm.
Exactly. Oh, I need to look and see. There he is. Mr. Bumpy, how's it going, my friend? Hope
Hey,
you weren't waiting.
it's actually, oh no, it's actually just about to put something in chat there saying I'm still in purgatory.
That's my bad. I was sitting here looking up a locking LPU Belt Explorer, so I
No problem.
sat down.
Good
This lock
evening,
is so
Bumpy. What do you got
weird.
there?
Oh, this is just a Master Lock 930 I'm starting with. My elbow snapped coming up the stairs, and so I'm going to start light and kind of work my way up.
That's a good
Give
idea.
it a chance to get back in place.
Yeah, but
Dislocated
like
elbows are
pop.
not fun.
So it did pop out. Yikes.
Yeah. I have a permanent dislocation on it, so it loves to shift around every once in a while.
Not much more painful than a dislocation, for sure.
Although they can be a little fun.
You definitely freak people out with it.
In college, I was one of those students that would do it in the middle of class every once in a while to freak the professor out.
Yeah, so they ran out during the exams, and you could, look up some stuff.
Somebody used to say when I was younger, I'd be like, I'm going to give you the ugly finger. It's my middle finger on my right hand.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, well,
But it was always cool because you could say, I'm giving you the ugly finger. And it was like giving them the finger, but it was worse because it was horribly ugly.
Yeah, I kind of got that going on with my pinky on my left here.
oh, ouch! What happened
Oh,
there?
baby.
Oh, I have a genetic condition that forms tumors on the bone, so you can kind of see I got a little tumor there, and so my joints have been growing with that, are a bit funky. So actually, my arms are different lengths and all that, which is always a bit fun.
Ooh.
Oh, oh, you have a unique body there, then, Bumpy.
Oh, I'm waiting for the whole bionics to come, really get big and all that. And I've already told my doctor, to put me first in the list if that stuff ever comes out.
You got it, buddy. The whole neck down replacement. Oh, come on. What am I doing wrong here?
That's the same question I'm asking, and I'm getting no answers.
I should tell Bumpy about that. Something I'm sure he would like to do. I just got this in the mail today from Bandito Brandino. I got. Where are you? Where are you? I lost it. You dirtbag. Where the hell did I lose it? There it is. So I got some stickers from him,
Oh, very
Oh,
nice.
nice.
and then the star of the show, the Blue
Oh, very
Whale
nice.
Challenge. So basically, it's just you go and you set up and you pick white belt through blue belt all in one sitting, and if you pick it complete, you get the patch, and if you get it in less than 10 minutes, you get a gold star.
Oh, very nice.
So
I would
far
definitely
there's
have to check
been,
that out.
yep, so far he said in the letter that there's been, I'm the 47th person to do it. But
So, do you have to start with white belt?
I don't know if it matters what order you do it in, as long as you do white, yellow, orange, green, and blue.
Okay, so white is mandatory. You can't just skip to yellow, right?
No, you got to pick 5 locks of the 5 different levels.
Okay.
I'll definitely
So
have
that's
to do a video for that.
yeah, it was cool. And then you just kind of hit them up on either YouTube or on Reddit or whatever, and let them know that you did it, and link them in it, and it'll send the stuff out to you.
Hmm.
Yeah, because I think I did. What did I do? I did Master Lock number 3. I did a Master 141 for yellow. I did the Abus 5540 for orange. And I did a Master Lock 1100, not this one, but a different one. And then the Pack Lock 98 Pro. I picked those
Awesome.
5 locks. Yep, picked those 5 locks. My time was 4 minutes and 14 seconds.
That's pretty fast.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of that time. I'll tell you, not gonna lie.
The problem is I have pretty nasty wall white belt locks, so normal ones. If I could use like cutaways, maybe it would work.
Oh yeah, I think that works because any cutaway is a white belt.
Yep.
And
I have
you
to.
cannot rake. You have to single pin pick all of the locks, right?
Yes, single pin pick them all.
Okay.
I have to get some locks together and do that. So I'll probably use the my Lockwood here for the blue belt one.
Oh yeah, that's a
Oh
good
yeah,
candidate.
that's a super cool blue belt lock. That's what I was trying to find, like unusual ones that I've never done before. For because I was telling people that I was going to start reviewing all the picks that I've collected over the 6 months that I've been doing this. So I'm going to start with Jimmy Longs because they're pretty much my favorite, and I wrote up the review already, so I'm ready to rock and roll here over Thanksgiving break. Get that done, but when I do it, I wanted to pick and do the Blue Whale Challenge with each of the pick sets. So I was like, oh, I need to pick out 5 different locks. Like I don't want to do like I don't want to do an American 1100. So I'm like, what can I do that is like kind of an unusual one to put in? So I chose this Yale for white, unranked. This big old nasty Brinks for yellow. This Master with the crappy bitting for orange because I only own 2 orange belt locks. Probably either this Master Lock 410 or maybe the that would actually be kind of fun to do the multi-lock 7x7 Garrison and pick it using whatever picks I have, because you can pick this with a medium hook. That would be kind of fun
Awesome.
to pick a dimple lock with with regular hooks and just see how they do. That actually would be pretty cool. And then an ASA 700 with tapered pins for blue.
Yeah, I'm working on a review video for the tensioners that I've got because I've gone through a lot of the picks that I own. Haven't done one for the. I don't think I did a video for the Lawlock Valerian set yet, so I still have to do that. And then I got the Ridgeback, but I'm waiting to get some handles I ordered from 44 Delta for these. So I got those video planned, and then I've got a bunch of different tensioners here that I was going to do kind of a tensioning video, and at the same time doing that, kind of do a review of the different styles and different brands that I've got.
That's a really nice idea. I've been collecting them and saying, okay, I'm going to do a review once everybody puts their stuff out. I've been waiting for Jimmy Long to put his mass-produced V5 stuff out, and I kind of wanted to wait until Apex was released too. And then after Jimmy Long's came, and I liked them so much, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to wait. I'm just going to start doing them, and maybe they'll release Apex by the time I get finished with all the other manufacturers.
Yeah, I kind of
Well,
hope they release them soon. They have the habit though of saying they're going to release it and then wait almost a year before it actually released. So they've been doing a little bit better lately, but so see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm
Not sure if I'll get
concerned
them
that
right
they're going to
away
be.
though.
I'm concerned that they're going to be really expensive. So
Yeah.
there's four sets of 5 picks, plus the case, plus the tensioners. My gut's telling me it's going to be $250 plus for everything, but we'll see. It's a lot of money for picks, considering that Jimmy Long's makes basically the same thing for $5 a
Yeah.
pick. That's a tough sell.
yeah, well, what I'm thinking that they might be adding some extras like the ability to store them in a special way, like stacking them or something like that.
Yeah, the case is definitely a cool thing, but man, that's a lot of money though. Like, oh, we'll see. That's the thing. I'm saying that now, but anybody who knows me knows that I kind of buy all of the things. So that's kind of who I am. Oh, Moki released his gem picks. Well, I got to buy them, and there they are right there. Jimmy Long's released V5, and I had to buy them. I had to buy them and the spare. And what are you gonna do? I'm a sicko.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. Where I want to get the different sets or get new ones as they release and all that.
Yeah, it's just you never know. Like you don't want to miss out. That's me, the FOMO guy, fear of missing out.
Oh, come on.
You always fight.
Hmm.
How about that?
I like this default set because it makes the lock fun to pick, but setting the pins is just not too fun.
So, what locks do you have installed in that door there, Bumpy?
I've got a Schlage SC1, a Quickset KW1, and then a smart one of the smart key Quicksets here.
Oh, baby.
I'm probably going to replace this with a either another Schlage or another Quickset that's not the smart key. So I haven't really worked on those, but all of these are custom pinned. I made all the security pins for them, so they're all a bit unusual and all that.
Oh,
That's
nice.
cool. Because what gen is that smart key? Is that a Gen 3?
I got it recently, so I would say yeah, either Gen 2 or Gen 3. My gut's telling me Gen 3.
Yeah, my gut's
Actually,
saying Gen 3 too.
let's see here, because I took it apart and I think I identified it. Let me take a look at my journal here.
That's it. The sidebar is the differentiator. If it's got squared off edges, it's a Gen 3.
Let's see here, which one is this? This is the double-sided. Yep, it's a Gen 3.
Yikes. That
That's
is.
a purple belt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here's the
Well,
thing.
I'm thinking.
The Gen 1 is also a purple belt. The Gen 2 is also a purple belt. And they are way freaking easier to pick.
Yeah. I'm thinking I'm going to replace it with this Brinks commercial lock I got here.
There
It's
you
an
go.
SC Core 6-pin. So I'm thinking I'm going to replace it with this and then pin this up with some custom security pins, and also maybe modify the key pins a bit to kind of start practicing some new things and all that.
I'll tell you, you'll definitely have less frustration if you do that. Because coming from a guy who picked a Smart Key Gen 3, I went through the hassle of making the custom tensioning shims you got to jam in there. And I thought I came up with a pretty cool idea. So most people make one shim that kind of slides in, you kind of bend it a little bit so they can get behind it and push into the sidebar, and basically you wedge the shim between the housing and the sidebar, and that's what tensions it, okay, from the inside. The problem is it's hard to get it to go in and bend into the crevice you got to get it into without it popping out the hole, because there's like a hole halfway down the sidebar that it can pop
Yeah.
back out of the housing. So what I did was I made a really, really thin, like 6 thou shim that I could put in that would go in that slot, and then I would take like a 14 and wedge it behind it. So the 6 would stop the 14 from popping out the side hole. It was a pretty cool idea. It worked. The problem is it's just such a pain in the rear to pick that stupid lock. I will never pick it again. It
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah, I think I got a couple of Gen 3s in my collection. I think I just got that, so let me remove this here. When I rekeyed my house, I kept all the old cylinders and all that. So I've got a bunch of quick sets here. Smart keys, I think, are either Gen 2 or Gen 1.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
I'm going to swap these cores out. I've got a nice little holder here that I can just throw them in and practice with these. So,
That's nice. Gen 2 and Gen 1s are just tension like a normal lock. They're far, far easier to pick. A lot less rigmarole to go through.
yeah. Yeah, because I'm trying to find a second purple belt lock to work on for my purple belt. It's because I got the Aces kind of down, and then I was going to. I'm working on this medical original here that I've got doing progressive penny. I've got 3 pens on it now, but I'm trying to find a backup in case of this one doesn't want to go through. But those are the only purple belts I really have in my collection.
You have a Master Lock 19. That's a purple belt.
Yeah, but it's a lot of it is high bidding. There are a couple of 0 pins in there,
Oh,
and I'm
okay.
not sure if I really want to risk, because I know that's one of the locks that if you have a really high where did I put the key? But the key was up there. I throw it in here. Here it is. Yeah. So pin 3, 4, 5. Yeah, pin 6 on that's a high cut. And so with the Master Lock 19, if you have a high cut, you really want to be careful because you can pinch the spring with that.
Oh,
That is definitely true. If you compress it too much, you could then end up with the. That makes sense to me.
And
It's not a bad idea. It's $100 lock
yep, and that was the other
on a
side
good
of
day.
it. Like it's an expensive lock. It was one that I wanted to really just kind of have in my collection and say I have one. And
Yeah, that's a good conversation starter. It's like the one Master Lock. Like it's the highest ranked Master Lock that exists.
Yep. And mine cleaned up pretty nicely. It had some flaking on the shackle there, but I was able to get the rust off of it pretty well, get it cleaned up, and so yeah, the prize of my collection right now.
Nice walk, man. I was just looking at one or two of them this week that were for sale. It's just like I look at it and I see it and I say, well, it's $125, and then I think to myself, like, I know that this was bought at a freaking garage sale or a flea market or something for like $1.
Yep.
It just bums me out. I'm like, God, I can't pay $125 for something that somebody bought for $1 or 50 cents. Oh well, eventually I'll end up buying one, I'm sure. My thing that I'm looking for now is I've been on the prowl for a Gold Z for like 3 months. I just can't find anybody who has one for sale.
Yeah, I want to pick
Heck,
up a couple of goes or a couple of the like the Ace of 600 or 500s I've been kind of looking at, and there is did you check the bazaar on the Lockpickers United site?
I did. There's basically two people in the world that buy gold locks. There's JD in the United Kingdom, which is honestly, it's just a pain to buy from the United Kingdom because it costs a crap pile of money to ship stuff here. So you either buy, a package full of 10 locks and ship them here because I can't see buying one lock and paying, $30 to ship it here. Or
Yeah.
there's White here in the United States. And he's who I bought my first Gold Z from. But it seems like every time, because I'll send him a message and be like, "Hey, you got any Zeds in?" And he's like, "Nope, I don't right now. Check back." And I'll wait like a month and check back, and it's like, "You have any Zeds?" And he's like, "Nope, no Zeds." So I don't know if I'm just not lining up. We're not in sync, and he's getting them like when I'm not asking for them, or what's going on. But one of these days, I'll find at least somebody. Maybe somebody will be interested in selling it. Somebody wants to thin their collection down, wants to buy new stuff because it's a God. I love picking the gold Z. It's a lot of fun. I love gins. That's my thing. I have a weakness for picking gins. I'm a freak. I think it's because the very first high security lock that I ever picked was an ASA 600 with gin spools, and it just I picked it and it clicked how gins work, how to manipulate them, and it was just. I think it's because of the progression of locks that I bought because I bought
Yeah.
ASA 700s and 600s and I bought them all together. So I bought the ASA 700 with tapered pins, has 7 tapered pins in it. It's a blue belt level lock, and it teaches you how to pick tapered pins. Then I bought an ASA 600 with 6 gins in it, and that teaches you how to float pick, how to pick gins. And then I got an ASA 700 with 2 Christmas trees, one with 3 Christmas trees, and one with 4 Christmas trees. And it was kind of like, it was a progression. You pick the 700 with tapers, and you pick the 600 with gins, then you pick the one with two trees, pick the one with 3 trees, and then actually this past week I picked for the very first time the one with 4 trees in it. So
Awesome.
Oh, nice.
Congrats.
Nice.
yeah, it's I mean, a lot of it has to do with the bidding and stuff like that because wonder if I have the key for my asses here. I do not. But like this one here is, up and down. It's a moderate bidding. This one here, much more difficult. There's a gatekeeper pin in number one that you have to avoid while you're manipulating everything behind it. So this one's kind of a pain in the butt, but it's still so much fun. I love ASA, uh, the family, the 500, 600, 700 family. God, they're so much fun to pick.
I really enjoyed the Max Plus set I was working on. So yeah, I want to kind of get my hands on some more of these and more of the S alloys, and I really enjoyed the Lockwood one too. So definitely want to see if I can get my hand on more of those.
Yep, we're going to give it a try again because I still haven't videoed this, the Maximum Plus Restricted yet, but I can open it. There's no doubt. I can sit down with it and I can open it every time. It may take me 1 or 2 tries, but every time that I want to pick it, I can pick it.
Awesome.
It's just a funny lock, man. Like it definitely picks in 2 stages for sure. Um, and there's just nothing you can do about it. And it's just you must jiggle test every pin, at least in mine, before you make any decisions on what pin you're gonna pick. Hey, we got still kicking in the chat here, buddy. How's it going, bro? He's talking. He had to get the Jimmy Longs as well. That's the thing. I got some V3 Jimmy Longs. Those are in. No, not that case. I think they may be in the other room. They are. I have some V3s that I got because whenever the craze had just started, it was like, I can't get any Jimmy Longs. I can't get any Jimmy Longs. And somebody felt bad for me and said, hey, I got a couple sets of Jimmy Longs that I bought last Christmas. And they're just sitting in a drawer, because Jimmy Longs last forever. And he's like, I'll sell them to you if you want. And I'm thinking, guy's going to charge me $50 a set. Let's wait for him to give me a price. And he charged me exactly $20 a set, exactly what he paid for them.
Awesome.
Dude. I know. And I was able to get a set of the flats in 23,000s of the V3s. And I was able to get the sharps set. So it was the half diamond and the gem in 19 and 23 thou. So I was able to get those, and then just like a week after I bought those, he came out with the 15 thou picks, and that's when I smartened up and started setting alarms for when he was releasing stuff. Because that is the name of the game. You got to pay attention to what's going on Discord and Reddit. And Jimmy goes on and lets people know, hey, I'll be dropping at this time on this date, and you got to set an alarm, and you gotta be there. That is the name of the game with getting Jimmy's. Is you gotta be diligent. You have to pay attention. You gotta check Reddit. You gotta check Discord, and you gotta be willing to set an alarm. And no matter what you're doing, when the alarm goes off, you need to stop doing it and buy some picks. Or else you don't get picks.
All right, I'm getting nowhere with this lock, and it's 12 o'clock in the evening. So yeah, I think I'll call it a day. Thank you for having me, Ray.
Hey, it's good having you, Wolfgang. Too bad you didn't get it open, but
Yeah,
always next
I
week, bro.
didn't expect to open it anyway. So I've been working on this lock for a week now, and no dice really. I mean, it gives me a nice false sets, but that's it. After some time, once you have, there's a binder somewhere in the middle. If you pick it, you will drop everything. It will rattle out all the pins that you set.
Oh man.
So it's a nasty lock, really nasty lock.
Yeah, just keep practicing it, and Stu and I will be having our live stream on Sunday. Maybe by then you can come on and show us how to do the thing.
I mean, I could progressively pin it, but I'm not sure if it's worth doing that because I already figured out the binding order. It's just picking the pins. That's the problem here because it can be easily got. It's a normal snowman. Actually, Yagias recommended me getting this lock and progressively pin it. I'm not sure if it makes sense.
See, that's the thing sometimes. I have a gold P. It's a brown belt lock, and I freaking can't open the thing. So I decided, you know what? I've been avoiding doing it. I'm going to start progressively pinning it. And I put 3 pins in it, and I opened it, no freaking problem. I put in the fourth pin, which is pin number 3, and that pin is the one that's minimal lift. It's like basically the highest cut that you can have that without it being a no lift. So you can just bump it and it is set. And I absolutely cannot open it anymore. So when I'm doing the manipulating the pins behind it, I'm hitting that pin. And
Yep.
no matter what I do, when I slide by it, I crank down on tension so that if I bump it sliding past, I'm not hitting it. But you have to let off tension when you're setting the pins. So, I don't know if it's pickable by me. I don't know if I have the skill to freaking not manipulate that pin while I'm setting everything else. At least not now. There's something, I'm doing something wrong.
Well,
Oh
we'll
well.
definitely figure it out in time. I'm guessing.
That's it. It's it. Right now, it's just in limbo. I have 4 pins in it, and it's off to the side because I got frustrated, and that's the thing. I gave what I say. I said in one of my progressive pinning videos. I put it in. It's like make sure to have fun while you're doing it because these are puzzles and they're meant to be fun. They're not like super villains that you need to defeat.
Oh
And
yeah.
I need to tell myself that more often. Like
Yeah, don't build up animosity towards your locks, right?
that's it. It's just an inanimate object, and it's supposed to be fun. If it's not fun, you need to step back, clear your head, and come back and do something to make it fun. Set it aside, pick something else. Go take your dog for a walk and come back to it later. Something.
Yeah. All right, I'll bid you guys farewell, and yeah, hopefully you guys will have fun picking those locks again. I see
Yep,
you're back on the ASA.
I am.
Roy. Okay, well, good luck opening it. I'll see you guys next time. Good night.
All right. You have a good
Yep,
night.
thank you so much. Have a good night, Wolfgang, and I'll see you on Sunday, hopefully. I will catch you
All
later.
right, we'll see you then.
Oh, God, his collection has some super cool locks in it. He's like got like a bat phone that rings Yagius, who is the mad scientist for finding old school, European Scandi locks and stuff.
Very cool.
That's it. I saw this week. It was just the other day. Wolfgang sent me a picture of one of Yagius's creations, and it was a Scandi oval like this, except he put a Miwa U9 lever lock core inside of it. That's so cool.
That is cool.
I know. Oh, it's so neat. because basically the U9 core has everything contained within it. You know what I mean? There's no Bible, there's no nothing like that. So, he just took the core of the ASA out and slid the core in, and then put some kind of stop on the back, screwed it in, and it just works. It's freaking slick. It is sideways because he had to, I think, modify the sidebar um, slot from the twin housing to accept the Miwa sidebar.
Very cool.
It was a neat video. I'm like sitting there, I'm like zooming in. I'm like, what am I looking at here? Because it's like, that's a U9 key, isn't it? But they don't make Scandi ovals. Those are Japanese locks. And I'm like watching it over and over again. Yeah, I'm a weirdo. I'm a lock weirdo.
I want to start exploring some other types of locks other than the pin cylinders and all of that. Just haven't had a chance to really sit down and work through them. I've got one of the Minwa. I think this was a similar one to what you were just kind of talking about. I think this is the lever version of it. I want to kind of start working at tackling this a little bit. Just not
That a
sure how to do that
DS?
yet.
DS,
This
a wafer
is
lock?
let's see here. I think this is the lever version. Let me get my profile up here.
Yeah, let me see that. Let me see that keyway, because that'll tell me. Uh,
And then here's the key for it. Is that the key? Yeah, that's the key.
Yep, that's a U9 all day long. That is absolutely the U9 lever lock. Yep. I can see it's a W-shaped keyway. That is definitely the U9.
So
I just tore my. I've never opened mine up until actually this week. I just opened up my U9 for the first time because it's like I never really. I mean, I threw it up and I picked at it a little bit, and I've definitely set some stuff, but I'm like, I've never really done like a methodical, like, I'm gonna pick this lock. So I wanted to open it up and just confirm that it was, black belt level or red belt level or what level it was. Because it can be, I think it can be red, it could be brown, red, or black, depending on how many pins are in it and whether or not it's got like new or old style false gates. So I opened it up and it's definitely got nine levers, so it's black belt and it's not mastered. So
yeah, you got a red belt, which is the 8 unmastered levers, barred false gate, and then you've got a black belt version, which is 8 unmastered elements, barred false gate. The red belts has the old shallow false gate to it, and then you've got a black 2. I'm not sure what the difference between the black one or the black 2 is the 9
yep, it's got 9 levers.
unmastered. Yeah.
Which makes me wonder what level is it if it has masters in it? Like, is it like unranked if it has mastering, or is it just like, a level lower? Or I'm curious about that now.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either. But it's real easy to tell because you don't really need to gut it the whole way in order to see what's inside of it.
Yeah.
So you just gotta, usually there's a clip on the back or something that you pull out and then just dump out. It's basically a housing with the core in it, and you
Yep.
just slide the core out, and you can see all the levers inside, nice and easy.
Yep. It's got one of those infamous C clips on the back there. It's a pain to get
Oh
out.
yeah, certainly does. Which I did. I bought. I need to replace them because I would really like to get a good pair of C-clip pliers. But I got like the garbage one off of Amazon that came with like a pack of 200 assorted size clips or whatever. It works though.
Yeah, Jeff in chat asked, how does a lever lock have mastering?
Okay, so there is on the Miwa U9. Let's just stop. On the Miwa U9, let's grab something that's kind of round like that. So let's use a pair of handcuffs because that moves in the way that a lever lock does. So let's just use this. Okay, so let's say you're looking down the center of the U9. This is where the key goes down the center. Okay, so your key goes in and it pushes the lever either to the left, like this. There's a pivot point in the top. There's a pin that goes through, and there's a pivot point where it either moves to the left or to the right. Okay, and on the bottom there are serrations, and then there's true gates, and there are false gates. So the false gates are shallower and narrower, and it will catch up on the sidebar. Let's say this is a sidebar here. So it just moves, and the false gate that lets the sidebar fall in just a little bit, but not enough to allow the lock to open. And then maybe you'll move a little more, hit a serration, hit another serration, and then there'll be a deeper gate. Well, mastering means that there's more than one true gate in one or more of those levers. So there's more than one place. Let's say you have a true gate here and a true gate here. So the lock would open whether you move the lever to the first gate or the second gate. That's the long and the short of it. There's more than one true gate on each of the levers.
Awesome.
Yeah, I had to learn that because I was curious what level lock mine was. And I'm like, what the heck is mastering? So I had to go find out. How the heck is it mastered? There's no freaking pins in it. But yeah, there will be more than one true gate in it if it is mastered.
Yeah, I think the next type of lock that I'm going to really try to figure out is the disc detainer.
Really? That
Yeah,
would not have been my first guess.
Yeah, I've got this nice cutaway one I got through Covert Instruments, and I got the it's around here somewheres. Here it is. The disc detainer pick from Sparrows. I've been playing with it. I gotta either make a new pick for other disc detainer locks because I'm learning that this guy here is very, very limited.
Okay.
It's like I actually found a master lock disc detainer lock locally, which really surprised me.
That is surprising.
Yep, I got these from my local hardware store, and one of them is a disc detainer, and then the other one is a slider / wafer lock.
Huh.
And I saw these, I'm like, ooh. So, but I can't use the disc detainer pick on the master lock one because it's not deep enough to tension with. Um, so
Okay, and I know that there are some disc detainer locks that are like rear tensioning, some are front tensioning, some you tension off of the first disc, some you tension off of like the second disc. Like there's
yeah.
different styles of disc detainer pick for different styles of disc detainer lock.
So yeah, so this is one I do want to kind of start working with and figuring out a little bit and all that. So that's probably going to be the next one that I go for.
Yep, you're gonna need to get yourself some of these.
Or those.
Ejector pins.
All right.
These are what you use to make the tips. So you grind these down to make the tips.
Let me make a note of that real quick.
And you also use these to make uh, dimple lock picks as well.
Oh, very cool. So those are injector pins.
Ejector pins. Yep, they're for press machines. So you'll have like a die cavity and a bottom punch and a top punch, and it presses in, and then there will be an ejector pin that comes from the bottom to pop out what you just pressed inside of that die. So basically, it's in the machine, it's the bottom part here, the big fat part that gets held, and then the pin comes up and pops out whatever is being pressed. There's a little hole in the bottom of whatever cavity is being pressed, and it pops it out. But we use the fat part for our usages.
All right, I got that noted.
Yep. When you said that, I was like, oh, he said he's going to branch out to a different style other than pin tumblers. I bet you he's going to go on to dimple locks, which I guess wrong.
Yeah, dimple locks are one. The problem that I have with the dimple locks is holding the pick and rotating the pick. Just for some reason, I'm having a really hard time with that type of motion and all
Okay,
that.
so it's a
So
comfort thing.
yeah, it's I got a couple that I've been practicing on, and it just been really difficult. I want to get a better dimple pick set. I mean, I've got the one that I got from Moki and all that, the Honest Don, which is a good set. I mean, the picks are comfortable, and I got to work on them a little bit to sand them down a bit and get them a little bit better. I'm thinking about getting the multi-pick set, but they're very expensive, and it's
That
like
is a fact.
I'm not
That's
quite
what I
sure if I want to spend that much money on a pick set that I would only be using every once in a while, or if I want to focus on a different type of lock that I gotta make my own tools with. Because the other thing is, I'm looking at like doing the um, I'm working on the purple belt, and I want to kind of work on the higher belts in the belt system. And you gotta make your own tools. I think for the brown belt is where you have to make your own tool.
you make it for brown. Yes.
I got it up here. Brown belt requirement. Yep, make at least one specialized tool and publish the specs. So I'm thinking about maybe utilizing the disk detainer for that. If I gotta make my own pick for that. So
The thing about that is actually if you choose that to be your thing for brown, um, making a disc detainer pick, um, if you get, let's say, a cheap Chinese disc detainer body, and you use that to make a disc detainer, a fully functional disc detainer pick with, that's a black belt quest, my friend,
Oh, really?
that you can use. Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah. Because I thought about it, and it's like, I feel like I stunted my growth as a lock picker at the beginning because I went through and I specifically chose locks that were pin tumblers the entire way. So I picked only pin tumblers for my red belt, and I have two black belt locks picked, both of which are pin tumblers. And I feel like I should have started dimple picks earlier because now I'm like, I can pick black belt pin tumbler locks, I can pick red belt pin tumbler locks, but my level at, you know, uh, dimple locks is about purple. Like I've opened this lock several times. It's a brown belt lock, but I can't pick it on command, and I can't pick it every time. There are times that I'll pick at it for a freaking hour, and the thing just refuses to open. So I'm about purple when it comes to dimples.
Awesome.
But
Yeah,
if
I've
I
been.
feel like if I would have started earlier, I would have been further along. You know what I mean? I should have been messing with them from the beginning.
Yeah, and I've been tempted to kind of force myself to get back into them or get a good Dempo set in that because I do notice that like with the Dempo system, that when you get into the higher level belts, that you often will get locks that have like the combination, maybe have a couple of the Dempo style picks or pins, or where you have to use like a Dempo pick in combination with other things.
That is a
Um,
that is for sure true because I have like this one here. This is a D9. It has 9 pins. It has three on the left, three on the right, and three up top. So you're picking right with a dimple pick, left with a dimple pick, and then you have to go in with a regular pick and pick up to pick the ones that are up top. Same thing with this one. This is a V9 or V18. It's got 7 pins on the left, seven on the right, seven on the left, and seven up top. So it's kind of like a 7 pin tumbler with dimples on both sides.
Yeah, so I've been tempted to kind of just bite the bullet, get a good Dempo set, and that way when I do get to that level, I at least have a good pick set that I can use to kind of get into those and all that. It's just I gotta figure out a way to make them. It's like if I can get my arm at the right angle, they're comfortable. But if I put the lock like horizontal, like in the vice the way that I have it right now, I can't get my arm in a comfortable position to use it. I gotta kind of put it vertical or in a way that I'm just not used to picking um, at.
I could see if you have like joint problems, like getting the rotation can kind of make it uncomfortable. I totally see that.
Oh yeah,
Tell you the
like with my.
thing that the problem that I had was I didn't. I got the honest dong cheese first, and I messed around, shaping them down and making them to what I thought a dimple pick should look like. And then I'm like, these kind of suck. I'm gonna get the Huck set, which is supposedly better. And I got those, and I did the same thing. I sanded them down, and I messed with them a little bit. And it's like, they work, but they work better than the other ones, but they're still not great. I don't know. And then I got these two picks from Nigby, and I'm like, huh. So that's what a dimple pick is meant to look like because it looks nothing like what you get with the Honest Dong Shi or the Huck set. The flags are gigantic whenever you
Yep.
get them here. But it taught me what size and shape that they were supposed to be by getting a good one. So just getting these two good ones allowed me to modify the other sets to make them better, because now I knew like what it was supposed to look like, because I had no idea, because I had never seen one up close in my hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's almost a good idea to get at least one, or a small set, at least one or two of something that's nice, and then modifying the sets that you have, I think would be a good thing to do.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I might bite the bullet and get the multi-pick ones. The only thing with the multi-pick ones, I think they're kind of thin. See, I like the UK and the Honest Dawn ones because the handles on these are comfortable for me. You know, they're nice and wide, and you know these I can hold pretty well and all that. Most of the time, the I do like the fact that they have the retaining screw here, so that you can remove the pick and make your own pick and get them in there, and it's a pretty stable uh, system they got with that. So yeah, I might buy a few picks through multi-pick so I can get that sense of the sizing in that, and then work at making my own over
Thing about
time and all that.
the Dong Shis, you can actually take out the Dong Shi picks and put in multi-pick tips inside those handles. They call them, I don't know who came up with them, but somebody came up with it, and they call it the multi-dong, by putting a
Awesome.
multi-lock pick inside of a Dong Shi handle. I don't know if it was Lock Chuck or if it was somebody else. Somebody came up with it, and I'm positive that there's a video out there somewhere showing somebody doing it. But yeah, they're called the multi-dong. Whenever you take a multi-pick and throw it in a Dong Shi handle,
I'm actually going to take a look now because if I can do that, that might save me some money.
for sure.
Where if I can just get the interchangeable flags. And I have to add that up. I mean, the flags themselves are about $11 a piece. But if I go to get a set, let's see here, how much is one of their? Okay, let's go with
Yeah, that's the thing about multi-lock, man. Or multi-pick. They make good stuff, but boy, you pay a premium for them.
Oh yeah, the 13 piece set is about $180 US. And that's 10 picks. And so, you know, if I go just to get the picks on that, I mean, I'm looking at $111 just for the tips. So, you know, in my book, you know, it's worth getting, you know, spending the extra money, getting the nice case and trying out the
Yeah, that's
handles and
probably true.
tensioners and um yeah, Jay Gabriel was mentioning if you get the multi-pick dempos, you can use a pencil and pen holder to make the handles bigger. Yeah. The other thing that I was thinking about doing too, and I did it with some of the Sparrow bypass tools I got, is I love my bowstring wrap handles. And I've actually gone through and you know, wrapped the handle on those bypass tools in the order to make them a bit thicker, and that worked really well. So I might do that with the multi-pick ones and see how that works even with that. The only problem with doing that is I can't use the holders or the cases that comes with it because it makes it a little bit too thick. But and they got another set here that is $60. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 flag picks in it, but they're not the interchangeable. It's hard to see what the
DMAC
yeah,
just said, DMAC just said Nigby makes picks from ejector pins
yep.
like this one. And I actually made several myself because for my black belt quest, that's going to be dimple picks. I have 4 flags made so far. Right now, I use them in a pin vise handle. It's basically like a drill chuck end on like a little pencil tip. I use that for a handle now until I figure out what I'm going to do for handles, whether I'm going to make them out of wood. Because I had this idea, a lot of people make them like this, where they put wood in a lathe and they turn it round and drill a hole in the center and put the pick inside of it, and there you got a round handle. I kind of wanted to whittle a handle, if that makes sense, to make it so that you can like tell when you look at it that it was whittled out of wood. And I kind of want to make a set of whittled handled dimple picks. I think it would be neat.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I want to do some wood scales for some of my picks and all of that, and get into some pick handle making and all of that. I've got some nice wood in my wood shop and all that. I just haven't had the time to get my tools out and do that type of work. But I think like a wood handle on the Lolock tools, the pro handles that they've got, I think would be really nice.
See that?
I even try it with the Ridgeback because I kind of like the cutaways he did on that. Do some inlays with that.
I do have pick blanks that I got from Moki that I was going to make some of his Caba picks out of, and some other pick profiles. And I think that the flat ones here, I think I'm going to make handles out of, where is it? This material here. That
Oh,
you knife
the
guys
mica
use. Micarta, yeah.
in my Carta, yeah. And that would make
I
a good
thought that would be,
pick handle.
I thought so too. Because all you need to do is drill 3 holes just like this. Make the
Yep.
scales for it, drill the holes in there, and then throw some, I have 3mm brass pin stock that I use for challenge lock pins and stuff. You could pin with the 3 and just peen them, and then frickin' shape everything, and that would be that.
Yeah, I want to get into doing some pick making. I got these blanks from Oki. I want to make some things out. But question for you. So the blanks that I've got came warped a bit. Do you have any tips for flattening these out without compromising the integrity of the metal?
Nope. What I did was I just worked them until they were kind of flat. That's
All right.
almost all that you can do. You might be able to put them in a vise maybe with some pin stock and put them in a vise to straighten them. You know what I mean? Put it in a vise with like 2 pins here and 1 pin on the other side. You know what I mean? 2 here and then 1 on the other side in between them, and then tighten it down till it's kind of straightish, and then let it set and see if it stays. I'm sure that it probably will, because this is, what did I test this Rockwell at? Because I tested these picks for Rockwell. Crap, where's that information at? Oh, where'd I put it? Oh, it's in this folder over here. '52. It was
All right.
52 HRC, Rockwell C, which is actually pretty darn good for high yield. 301 high yield usually I think is 48 to 52.
Here I got that in my journal here. Let's see here. Where did I put that?
Because I also tested Southern Specialties, their 301 full hard, and I think it was 40, 40.2 to 41. They were all pretty consistent, but they were in the low 40s.
Yeah, let's see here. In terms of like the stress and all that, 301 high DO stainless steel typically rates around 280,000 to 304,000 psi.
At UTS.
And then let's see here. Full hard steel, the 304 full hard steel typically is around 150,000. And then the 301 Cold Max steel that Sparrow uses was rated around 280,000, so that would be the same as the
High
high
yield.
yield.
Ooh, I think that's being generous.
Well, the thing with the Cold Max, and I got looking into that a little bit. The way that they temper it, because they use a they 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 process the steel through cold working, and that's a very risky process when it comes to metals because cold working steel can cause imperfections and flaws in it, and if you're making something very narrow and very thin with cold processed steel, you may have a little crack or an imperfection, and that can cause a lot of failure and all that. I think that's part of their problem is just that way that just that they're using cold worked steel for something that's very narrow and thin. I don't think is the best of options, but
Yep. I actually
I
tested. I did test Jimmy Long's steel too. I tested it differently just because, honestly, I didn't want to frickin' damage them with a Rockwell dimple. That's just because here's the
oh
thing
yeah,
about testing thin material like this with a standard Rockwell machine is you need to stack a bunch of them on top of each other because it needs to be, I want to say, oh God, was it like 8 times as thick as the dimple's going to be deep? So you need to put like, 4 picks on top of each other and then hit it with the diamond in the Rockwell machine. And then you get a good Rockwell. Um, I didn't want to stack up a bunch of freaking Jimmy Longs because I love them so much. So what I did was I tested these ones with a Rockwell file. Basically, I have files that start at 40, and you have a file that's 40 HRC, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, and the 50 um, the 50 file skates the 55 scale uh, file bites a little bit. So it's somewhere between 50 and 55. And honestly, that's close enough for me. I'm not going to, I don't want to Rockwell dimple in my freaking Jimmy Long's picks.
oh yeah.
It's like, I test all my knives too. I'm a weirdo.
And then the other thing that I think also kind of contributes to like the stress or the tension or the durability of them, I think, is also the design of the pick. With the way that they have the neck. The one thing that the one issue I have with Cobra Instruments is that it's a very flat profile. The width near the handle with the neck is almost the same as the width down towards the pick head. But when you look at other manufacturers, they taper it when you get down towards that handle. I think that contributes to a stronger pick. And I think if you went to test these in terms of the pressure, applying the pressure towards the tip to see, just how much it would take it to pick, you would find that having that taper will allow it to handle that stress better than just having that parallel and all that. So I think the design of that also goes into, ratings and all that, if that makes
That's
sense.
funny. That's part of my Jimmy Long's review because there's a standard pick junction with that
Yep,
shoulder. Anything that you're putting pressure on, there should be no right angles. And that is
definitely.
exactly what there is in that corner right there. That is a built-in weak spot. Jimmy Long's, there are no freaking right angles to be seen anywhere.
Yeah,
And he
and that's one
actually
reason
has
why I
on his,
like the wall
yep,
lock
good.
tools, especially.
And there's his stress test right there. Based on that little change, you see how it's freaking a mile away. The difference in profile is a mile
Yeah.
away from where the stress actually is, but it makes a huge difference.
Oh yeah. Although one thing I would say with Covert Instruments, which is really kind of nice, I like their pick blanks. I bought. Where did I put them? They Oh, where did I put my pick blanks from Covert Instruments? Did I put them over in here? Oh, oh, you'll get a kick out of this. So I ordered some new handcuff inserts for ASP from Handcuff Warehouse, and I got the trainer clear ones. And this one
Okay.
came damaged. You can see that the casing was cracked a bit. So they're sending me a replacement. Told me to keep it, and what I did was I pulled off the metal plate. So I have a full cutaway of one of the ASP locking mechanisms now, and
Oh,
how
nice.
they
Because
do the dual.
that's funny. I almost ordered clear ones too because those are the only ones that you can get the triple pawl. They never have the triple pawl in the regular, but you can get the clear one. Except they cost 3 times as much.
Yeah. Oh, I'm mad at myself now because I can't find my pick blanks. Where did I put my pick blanks? I could have sworn I had them in this.
How's everybody in the chat doing right now? I haven't looked for a few minutes. We got P Dub in the house. Jay Gabes is still here hanging out with the bros and the gals.
Oh, here they are. Yeah, I like what Cobra Instrument did on their pick blanks because they widened the neck on them. And so
Did
you
they?
don't have that right angle, yeah, as much with it. So actually this is
Oh.
let me get one of the hook blanks. I like that they package these or in these little holders and all that, but they're a pain to get out. So yeah, you can see with the neck.
Oh,
It's
yeah, they did.
Yep, and so this is the one like the Genesis pick that you would get. So yeah, it's a lot wider and all of that. So I kind of thought that was a really nice thing that they did with their pick blanks, and I kind of hope that they kind of widen that neck a little bit, maybe on their next revisions of their picks and all that. See what the Apex ones are like.
That's kind of the thing that I hope that they do with the Apex. I hope that they eliminate that right angle in the corner there where it meets the handle. That would be super good idea, I think, because you know that the two strongest, most highly regarded picks in Lock Sport right now are Jimmy Longs and Moki. Where the
Yep.
hell did my Mokis go? Where'd my Mokis go? Oh, there they are. Okay, so Mokis. Moki. And the thing that they both have in common, transition.
Oh yeah.
They both have that in common, and they are both strong as hell.
Yeah, Warlock Tools does a similar thing with theirs. So the 0.6 millimeters is and he actually does it differently depending on the turn that off.
Actually, Bare Bones kind of does the same thing as well. You can see that there's no right angle on theirs either.
Yeah. The yes, the Warlock Tools, depending on the width that you get, he does the transition from the picnic to the handle a little bit differently. So with the 0.6 millimeters, you do have a right angle at the bottom, but then the top of it is angled in. The 0.5 millimeter is symmetrical, so you do have that tapered angling at the handle there, and then the 0.4 millimeters, he has a much wider base on the neck with that. I really like how he did that. I think all three of these are pretty good designs and all of that.
Yes, they are. I like that.
And then the Valerian set, he kind of did the same thing as the 0.5 millimeter, just a little bit wider, I think, which is nice. And the Ridgeback, yeah, is a different process. But it's that I think it's similar to what you have with like the Jimmy Longs and the Moki, just a little bit thinner and a little bit wider at the same time.
I'm starting to feel like I started out basically saying I'm not sure what I like, but I know what Sandman said is good.
Yep.
Basically, I went out and I bought everything that Sandman said was good. And then I spent the last 6 months using it, trying to find out what my personal preferences were. So I had a little bit of everything to kind of try out and see what was the best. And I like them all in their own special way. You know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah.
Mokis are great because they're great steel, they're highly polished, they have a second chance pick tip, but you can only get them in 0.5 millimeter. Jimmy Longs are great. They're tough as nails. They're strong as hell. They're great profiles. They're cheap as chips. I mean, they're cheap. They're like half as much as a multi-pick pick or a Moki pick. Cost double what a Jimmy Longs does. Um,
Yeah.
but they're hard to get because they sell out like crazy. But I think that over these last several months, choosing everything, I think that I'm going to end up settling on Jimmy Longs as being my go-tos. I think he's almost got the production figured out. And honestly, that was the only thing that was the issue with his stuff because functionally they are damn near perfect.
Yeah. See, for me, it's like I jump back and forth. I mean, the Jimmy Long picks are definitely nice. I do like them. I gotta do a review on them. They're a little narrow. Um, for me, I would like to widen the handle just a little bit, but they are a very good pick and all that. The picks that I grab the most still, though, are the Lawlock tool picks. These are my favorite ones that I tend to use and all that. But I also grab my multi-pick ones quite a bit. Those are really nice. So yeah, I jump back and forth depending on, my hand, how things are going, what I'm tackling, because depending on the profiles and all that, that's the one thing with the Jimmy Longs that I, you know, while they are good picks, he doesn't have a lot of different profiles yet with them. Um, and so that's kind of the one thing that I use a lot is the different profiles and all that.
Yeah, that's the one thing about his is I've been buying them for like 6 months, like I said, and I was able to find some of those V3s that were, God, they were basically gone before I ever even started picking. Um, but because I've collected them over a decent amount of time, I got lots of different profiles.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, so we got 15 thou flats, 15 thou rounds, gems, 23 thou flats, diamonds. There's some rakes over there, plus the V5s that he put out. Basically, that's you got if you get the basic set and the intermediate set, that's what $50, I think. You get a low, short, and medium round, a low, short, and medium flat, and then I got the gems. So that's basically all that I really use anymore. Is either a flat, round, or gem.
See, the pick I use the most is the DeForest Diamond.
Ooh, really?
Yep. This is actually probably the one that I grab the most. The other one that I'll use a lot from the Lowlock tools is the Tapine Teardrop
Okay.
pick as well. Those are like my two favorite profiles that I probably grab the most. In fact, I'm a little. It's interesting with this pick. It's going to be interesting to see how long this holds up because I've bent the tip of this a couple of times. I use it so much and all that.
Oh,
Well, it's holding up nicely.
those penny tips, they definitely look really cool that Lawlock makes. I think he's an Australian picker, if I'm not mistaken.
UK.
Oh, it is UK. I know
Yep.
he designs a lot. I was talking about Penny. I thought,
Oh, Tapeni. I don't
yeah,
know. Let me.
I think he's Australian. I think he's Australian lock pickers. Tipine. No, that's not right. It's Tipene. I think. Bum, 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 bum. We're about to find out. Well, that's not the information I need. Said that he designed them for Lockwoods. I think those are Australian. We need to figure out where he's from. Hmm.
Pocket Woman says New Zealand. Yep. Tapeni
Damn, I
Lock
was
books
so
originate
close.
from New Zealand.
Damn, I was so close. I think I found his YouTube channel.
Very
did.
cool.
I did find his YouTube channel. How about that? Subscribe.
Yeah, I have to find that. But yeah, Pocket Woman, I love Tapeni's designs with wall lock tools. They're probably one of my favorite designs I use the most. I use the teardrop Tapeni teardrop one a lot. The Hog's Nest and the Nestle is another one that I use quite a bit as well. But yeah, I love those.
Tell you, pretty much, he's real innovative with his pick designs, and another person that's super innovative, especially with his rakes, is Locknude. Wow, does he make some really cool rakes? Yowza. I don't know if you've seen the rakes that he designed for multi-pick, but they are mwah, chef kiss. They're beautiful.
Yeah, I have to check those out. The one that I'm keeping an eye on actually is Newhouse. Has a couple of really good rakes that he's released. The Abomination. I've been using this one quite a bit, and this gets me into a lot of different locks. And then also he's got the Bigfoot, which is a similar profile, but it's a combination of the Abomination, I cannot pronounce that word, and the Elephant Trunk from Southern Specialties and all that. So
Okay.
he's got some cool designs when it comes to that stuff.
That's the cool thing I think about the ones from Lockwood. Do I have a pen laying around here somewhere? No. Crap. Well, we're gonna have to find a pen because I want to show you. Because it's if you've never seen one, it is really neat what he did. So you know how like regular cycloid or a sinusoid, uh, like Bogota style wave rake. Looks kind of like this. Up
Yeah,
and down, standard frequency, standard amplitude. And that's basically what all rakes look like, give or take a little bit. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Some of them are a little higher, some of them are a little shorter, some of them have 5 peaks, some of them have 4 peaks, some of them have 3 peaks, but they're all essentially kind of the same. Well, the ones that Locknude did, he had some like this, that look like that. So they'll have a high peak, a couple low peaks, and a high peak. And then he had some that was like a high peak, a low peak, another high peak, a low peak. And then he had one that was a low peak, a high peak, and a low peak, and a low peak. And there's a whole bunch of different ones that more uh, accurately approximate what a key would be. So you
Awesome.
would
That's
start with this one and mess with it, and then maybe do this one, and you're more likely to get opens with these because they're closer to what the bidding on the actual key would be. Sometimes you'll have, you know, let's say your key bidding is like a low cut and an even lower cut and an even lower cut and a pretty high cut and a super high cut in the back. Or let's say it's in the front. You got a high cut and a lower. If you go in with a regular rake, you may not ever be able to rake that. You may never rake
yeah.
it. But if you had something kind of similar to this, with like a high peak in the back and lows in the front, you might be able to rake it open no problem. I don't know. I just
I'm
thought that
looking
they
at
were
some of
really
the
neat.
picks. Yeah, no, they definitely look cool. Yeah, I'm looking at them on multi-pick right now. They're really nice. Lawlock actually has some really good ones. He's let's see here. You have the Prince and the Princess here, which has like this high peak and the low peak to it, and then the other one is reverse of that. Um, and It's here. You also get the twin peak, but with a bit of a gap between the peaks and all that. Um, I'll probably have to pick up some of the those multi-pick ones from Locknew because those definitely look like a good design. That's a good approach.
Yeah, we got Stu saying that I say the R word. I did say the R word. My mama's gonna have to wash my mouth out with soap now. Hey, we got Doc Machina in the house. How is it going? It's Samu Sushi too. His channel has blown up like crazy.
Oh yeah.
He's got that the Flipper Zero stuff on. It's a really
I want to
cool
get
like
into doing that
secondary.
stuff a bit more.
Yep, that is cool because that's something that I kind of hope that people in Locksport do because like everybody does Locksport on their channels, but that's not all that we are. So I am an amateur radio operator too, and I like
Yep.
collecting pocket knives. So I think that I'm going to start doing a little bit sprinkled in um, videos about pocket knives and some radio stuff. Like I just got this pocket knife here, cool powder metal steel. Plus I have one coming. It should be here on Saturday in Crucible CPM S90V. Super good pocket knife steel. So I'm kind of a steel nerd, and I think I'm gonna do some videos on those and just kind of hope that people do that more, like show who you like are on the channel, because we're all more than just lock pickers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, come on, set already. I need a little bit of there we go. I need a little bit of a confidence booster.
Oh yeah. And I fully agree, Pocket Woman. Pocket One was mentioning that it's important to have engagement in the live stream chats.
That is a fact, and it is something that I definitely fall short on more than I would like. But it's like it's so easy to like get caught up in a conversation and like forget that there are people here.
We also get so focused on the locks too.
Oh God, that's the thing. That's kind of why I think that I can open this ASA Maximum Plus Restricted sitting on my couch watching TV, but I can't open it here on the live stream because on the live stream, I'm looking at the chat, I'm talking to you, I'm talking to Wolfgang, I'm picking a lock, I'm doing all these different things, and I'm not focusing like I should be. That is the goal for this week. I'm going to start um, two things goal this week. I am going to do my first progressive pinning video on this, the Maximum Plus Restricted, which is basically an ASA 600 with barrels. Do my first progressive pinning video on that because I wanted to do a purple belt lock next. So we're going to do that, and I want to get this on video because it's my kryptonite and I must defeat it.
And Isham was mentioning that his Flipper Zero versus Card Pewter video is slowly approaching 10,000 views as a long format video.
Wow.
Yeah, I want to be doing more with my Flipper Zero. I mean, I use it a little bit with some of the RFD cards and NFC cards I've got with work and all that. And I use it as a timer and some of that type of stuff. And there's so much more to this that I really want to get into. Just haven't had the time to get into that or don't have the funds to get some of the extra add-ons for it. Yeah. But something that's on my to-do list.
That's it. We all got things on our to-do list. We got to get her done eventually. God, I can't believe he has 10,000 views on a long format video. Holy smokes. I think my best long format video is around 1,100 views, which was for, I think, the Moki jackknife. And I think I have another one around 1,000, which was like a handcuff video. The only thing I've ever had with 10,000 views is a short, and that's not the same thing at all. Like, not even close. Wow, holy crap.
It's
Wow,
here.
10,000 views. I don't even know how you keep the freaking comments in line. Like, how could you even keep up with comments with 10,000 people watching it? Holy crap.
My two most viewed videos, let's see here. I've got 2,113 views on my opening the Defiant KW1 Deadbolt with a toothbrush. And then I got 1,890 views on my Brinks commercial 662. Those are the two highest viewed videos I have on my channel so far. So
Jesus, pretty
I
good.
don't use my toothbrush pick all that much anymore. I probably should break that out. And I did the taking one of those electric toothbrushes and making it into a pick opener or electric pick.
That's it. That's my goal to someday freaking be able to monetize this channel and be able to buy like a Master Lock number 3 with the check that I get from YouTube. Because I know I'm never going to make any like money, but YouTube is definitely putting ads on my videos. I just want my cut.
Yeah.
It'll never be like that was always my goal with my uh, hobbies was like I was a lead guitarist in a heavy metal band, and I played with them for many years, and I never ever ever made enough money playing shows as I did, buying tubes and guitars and replacement microphones and strings and transportation and all that stuff. Like I never ever ever broke even until 2019, right before COVID. I broke even for the very first time in my whole life since I was a 12-year-old teenager playing in a band. I never once broke even in a year until 2019, and then it all went away because of COVID.
Oh, that sucks.
I know, but wouldn't it be nice to like have a self-sustaining freaking YouTube channel that allowed you to buy locks and picks and stuff? God, could you imagine? It's like a dream come true.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure it'll never happen, but it's a cool thing to strive for. I know I'm not interesting enough to have enough people watch me, but I try.
Oh, you'll get there, I think.
I mean, it happens. Like right now, with the live streams and the regular videos and the shorts and stuff, if you extrapolate forward my public watch hours right now through a year, I will have enough public watch hours after 1 year on YouTube. All I got to do is get what 200 more subscribers, and then YouTube will owe me some money.
Yeah, I gotta get into
Yep.
doing some shorts and all that. My problem more is on time because um with working full time as a programmer, and then I'm also a caretaker for my parents and all that. I just don't get a lot of time to be able to like edit my videos. So a lot of my videos I just record in a single take and then upload. I want to get into doing some editing so I can do some shorts and all that. It's just I gotta figure out timing, how to do it, also software and all that fun stuff. Because
Yep,
photo
I hear you.
editing software is expensive.
See, here's the thing. I use really cheap stuff. Like I record on my iPhone and I edit on my iPhone. I cut it, I paste it, I put words and stuff on the screen, and I enhance the audio, and I cut out, when my wife is yelling at the cat or whatever. I cut that stuff out, and it works with a cheap program that's on my iPhone called CapCut. I think it costs like, I don't know, $10 a month or maybe $12 a month. I can't remember. But it's like a monthly fee, and it works just fine. And what I end up doing is I'll like sit down like on a Saturday or whatever, and I'll tell my wife, hey, I'll wait till she lays down for a nap or something. I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna go record some videos, and I'll go out and I'll record like 4 videos. I usually do them in one take, kind of like you, unless I need to cut something out and replace something or whatever. But I'll usually do like 4 all at one time. That way, if I get busy the next week, I'll have something that I can put up in a pinch.
Yeah. I mean, Microsoft's got a couple of free programs as well. Let's see here. It looks like Clipchamp is their photo editing software, and it comes free on Windows and all that. They made the basic version of that pretty much free. Um, maybe take a look at. I'll take a look at that and see. Um, what that brings to the table in terms of being able to do videos. I mean, I've got access to like Adobe Premiere and all that, but that's through work, and I work for the state, so I got to be a little careful with using work
Oh yeah,
software.
I can see that.
I mean, I do it for my photography a bit, but and that's just kind of a hobby. I don't sell any of that. I don't put any of that up online. You know, with doing a YouTube channel, it's a little different than that, and so I'm gonna be a little bit more careful with that. But
Oh yeah, I
maybe I'll
can
take
see
a
that.
look at Camp. I was just looking at that. They do have a premium version that's not badly priced. That is $8 a month and gives you access to it's here branding kits, premium stock media, and filters. So yeah, I mean, I may take a look at that and see um, about maybe starting to do some opening screens. The other thing is I'm not while I am creative, like when woodworking and photography and all that, when it comes to like videos and coming up with logoing and like the opening scenes and that type of stuff, I'm not that creative in that realm. So I've been trying to figure out kind of some things to do with that.
Yep, I'm not very creative either. Normally, I'll take like stock stuff out of the thing, like "Welcome to my channel" or whatever, or "Subscribe" or whatever. But usually, most of my things are like putting up some self-deprecating humor about myself, like you know, "Stop stuttering, dummy," or "Are you gonna finally get it open?" Or like, "Oh, it's open finally?" Question mark.
Oh yeah, and I mean, and Nola mentioned that if you had a Droid, you could probably do it for free. And yeah, most mobile devices, yeah, you do have
Oh
the photo
no, yeah.
editing and all that. The I don't use. I used to use my cell phone to record videos, but now I use my computer to record it because just with the setup that I've got in my room here, it just gives me. I don't really have a lot of room to set up the camera or that type of stuff. So I have a webcam that I've got stream connected to my computer. I use OBS to record all my videos, and so trying to get the photo editing on or the video editing on the computer is always a bit fun.
Nolan and his damn droid.
Hey, droids are really good, especially Samsung Galaxy.
Yeah, yeah.
Those are the best.
They are pretty good. There's no doubt about it.
You know,
I'm just kidding.
I've got the I think this is the Note 20 here. This has fallen off my car at 80 miles an hour and survived multiple falls like that with not even a scratch.
Yikes. Yeah, I like iOS just because like all my things are linked together. Like if I'm, checking my email or whatever, working on a spreadsheet or whatever, I can mess with it on my phone and then come home and pull it up on my iPad and all my devices are all linked together where I can check where my kids are. That's like the big thing is all of our phones are in a family together and each one of us can see where everybody else is just in case you know you need to find one of your kids or I have two um, teenage girls. You know what I mean? We got a 15-year-old and a 12-year-old, and I kind of need to know where they're at because the world
Oh
isn't
yeah.
exactly a safe place for young women these days.
You know, definitely having the same brand across the family is definitely has benefits. Both my parents are Apple people. I'm the only Droid person and Windows person in the family, and so having that off brand with the family definitely has limitations in that.
Yep, I can see it. What do we get? What's up? What's up? Well, it is what it is. Let's see if we can get this open, and then maybe what time is it? We've been live for 3 hours. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
Okay,
to
awesome.
log in a couple minutes.
Yep, I think I'm going to do the exact same thing. Maybe put another few minutes in trying to get this lock open, and then maybe we bid adieu to everybody. Just a heads up for everybody. This week is Ray and Stu do coffee around the world, our live stream that we do every other Sunday morning. So we do that at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every other Sunday. So that's happening this Sunday. And we kind of just do it so that we can, bring in some of the pickers from, Australia, New Zealand, people that, this live stream sucks for. Not to put too fine a point on it. Like Wolfgang, he had to cut out because it was midnight there for him. Um, we just do it at 7 a.m. in the morning so that way people from Europe or Australia or whatever can get on in the afternoon or early evening when it's not completely disruptive to their day. So there's that coming up this Sunday.
May try to jump on.
For
See if
sure.
I can wake up early.
It's a good time. Me and Stu get up. We buy weird exotic coffees and get all all juiced up on it and pick some locks and have some laughs and usually catch a whole different crowd. You know what I mean? Because it's like the European guys, the guys from Austria and Germany, and the
Very
Netherlands
cool.
and Australia, and it's a good time.
My white fluff might try to murder me though because he likes to sleep in on the weekend. So
Yeah, that Stewie brings like an energy to a live stream because his personality is bigger than life, bro. Oh, and there he is in the chat. Mr. Bigger Than Life himself. I remember telling him freaking at the end of the summer about his channel. It's like, dude, you are gonna have like freaking 10,000 or 5,000 followers or subscribers before no time. And he's like, well, what do you think? It's like, I bet you before Halloween you got it. And he ended up breaking the milestone right before Halloween, it made me feel like, I wonder if there's something. Am I a time traveler? What's going on here? But he's a good dude. And he makes me laugh. Good friend. Was it 5K? Did I what number did I call before Halloween? Was it 2K or 3K? It might have been 2 or 3K.
he says in chat that you called 5K by Christmas.
So it must have been 2K by Halloween. I knew it was it was a number that seemed crazy to me, honestly. Because I'm like, I got like 314 subscribers. So 2,000 is that even a real number? Or is that made up? Because that doesn't sound real at all. It was 3K by Halloween. Because well, seriously, like think about having 3,000 subscribers. Does that even seem like something that could possibly happen in this universe? It's like what planet am I on now that lock pickers are getting 3,000 subscribers? But
freaking awesome.
Oh yeah.
It's awesome that it can even happen. It like makes me feel good to be in this world where you can actually become a lock sporter on YouTube, like for real. Have a real monetized channel that like you do this and like don't go broke doing it like us dummies do, where we go work another job so we can have enough money to buy locks. I find myself doing that all the time where I'm like, I think I'm gonna work a couple hours overtime this week because I want to go buy some Jimmy Longs on Friday. I definitely do
Oh,
that.
overtime would be nice. State doesn't pay overtime, no.
Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, it's good. It was something that I decided many moons ago that I was going to stay as part of my negotiator position. That I would be like, there's levels. You can be hourly, or you can be salary exempt, where you can be salary, but in certain circumstances you can get some overtime, or there's salary. And I negotiated. It was like I'm never gonna take a salary position. I always want to be hourly, so that if you need me after it's time for me to be done for the day, I'm gonna get overtime 100% of the time. That is kind of like a thing that I want to be like.
Oh
It's
yeah.
my work day is either over at this time, or you're gonna pay me a premium for it. Which, whenever you become salary, that kind of goes out the window. Even though they say that it doesn't, but it always does.
All right, well, I gotta call it here.
Yep. Then I will call it as well. So let's just wrap this thing up. So let's say goodbye to some people in the chat. Well, actually, let's say goodbye to you first, so that you can bolt out of here if you want to. Thanks so much for coming in and picking with me, Bumpy. You're a good buddy, and it's nice to talk to you and pick with you every week. So thanks for coming, man.
Oh, no problem. This definitely is the highlight of my week, and I really love joining you on the live. So thank you for having me. So everyone have a great night, and I will see you all later.
Yep, thank you so much for coming. So let's go to the chat here and see what's going on. Jay Gabriel, thanks for coming. I appreciate it, buddy. You've been lurking all night, so I appreciate you coming in and hanging out with us. Uh, Charles Watt, Mr. Great Stu Dini himself. Love you too, bro. Uh, Good friend. Pocket Women, thanks for coming and hanging out. You're always supporting us, everybody in the community. So you are fantastic. Mr. Nola Southpaw, another one of my mods here. Thank you so much for coming, buddy. I appreciate it, even though you are a weirdo droid user. Who else do we got? Let's scroll up and see what's going on up here. Up here. I think that might be everybody. We may, I think, that not to. Mr. Still Kicking himself bolted out a little while ago, but any lurkers that are hanging out there, I appreciate you guys coming too. Um, just a heads up, Stu and I's live again this Sunday, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I always post a link for coming and joining us. Anybody wants to come in, man, you are perfectly welcome, and we would love to meet you and talk to you and hang out. Um, you can, even if you're not set up to pick on camera, you can just come up and have a blank screen and just talk with us and BS, and that's fun too. Um, Whatever. That's what this is all about. This is just hanging out, having a good time, maybe having a couple laughs, and picking some locks. So anyway, Thank you to everybody who came, and I will see you here next Wednesday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Rock out with your lockout crew. So, everybody have a wonderful evening. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Have a safe and happy holiday, and I will see you here on Sunday or next week. Have a good night, guys.